Hey guys, it's Tim and Shana from Punk Rope. How's everyone doing? We were spending the morning looking over some occupational therapy websites and learning a little bit about movements that cross the midline. So, for example, cross crawl you might be familiar with. Shana's going to show you that. Knee to opposite elbow. The old-fashioned windmill, maybe you did it in PE class. Became a staple. And then we started thinking about jump rope moves that essentially do the same thing, crossing. Now, why is this important? Well, the literature shows that when you can cross the midline in exercise, it helps the hemispheres of the brain to sync up, to communicate better with each other. And that's a good thing for movement. It's a good thing for cognition. It's just a good thing in general. So without getting into too much of the science, you can look that up on your own. We've put together a 4-move crossing the midline sequence. 2 of the moves involve the rope, 2 do not. Shana's going to show you all 4 first, and then she's going to put them together in sequence for 30 seconds each as a mini workout. And of course you could extend it, you could add other moves, you can do whatever feels good to you. Okay, so the jump rope moves, there are 2. One is the crisscross, which will take hands across the midline and then back. So that's going to require some coordination. If you haven't seen our tutorial on the crisscross, take a look at that first. And then secondly, Shana's going to perform the X-cross, which involves taking the feet the feet across the midline. So one jump rope move involves the hands, and one jump rope move involves the feet. Now with the X-cross, it's up to you how far you want to take that foot across. If you go too far, you might get caught. It's okay to just go a few inches across. The other 2 moves, one is called a contralateral reach, and this can be done with a dumbbell or even a kettlebell or some other type of equipment. And so Shana's going to show you that. So one leg goes back, the arm on that same side comes across towards the opposite knee, and that knee is going to bend. So to some degree it's like a one-legged squat, tipping forward and reaching across. So you're challenging balance, coordination, strength, and of course if you add a dumbbell, then you're going to up the strength quotient.
We're doing alternating feet. I think an extra challenge is to repeat multiple repetitions on the same leg without putting the foot down.
Yeah, so for this for this video, we'll alternate sides with each rep, but as Shana mentioned, an extra challenge would be staying with the same direction for a series of repetitions, 8, 10, 12, and really working that support leg. But for this video, we'll just alternate. And remember, these are going to be 30-second sets. And then the second crossing the midline movement is going to be a curtsy lunge, which involves stepping back and across, then bending that back knee and the front knee. Now hopefully this is not going to bother the inside or outside of your knee or your hip. Of course, if it does, you'll want to modify or pick a different exercise. So all 4 of these are involving crossing the midline, and they're going to help to improve the communication between the left and right hemispheres of your brain. It'll be interesting to see how you feel after you do this. Okay, so Shauna's going to start. Shauna, which move do you want to start with?
Crossing.
Okay, so we're going to start with a crisscross, then we're going to go to the contralateral reach, then we'll go to the X cross, and then we'll go to our final move, which is going to be your curtsy lunge. Okay, and so I've got the timer. I'm going to give Shana a few seconds to transition, and if you're following along, awesome, but again, you may want to set your own interval sequence for this. Okay, crisscross is in 3, 2, 1, and go. So lots of ways to cross. Shauna's crossing off of the jog. Could have been off of the basic bounce. She's also making this more challenging by alternating her top arm. 10 seconds to go. And we have 3, 2, 1, and time. Good, so the rope goes down, and Shauna's ready now for the contralateral reach, which starts in 3, 2, 1, and go. And she's going to alternate sides. Shauna's performing this in sneakers, but you could try it barefoot. And how far across you reach and how deeply you bend that support knee is up to you. We have 10 seconds to go. I bet you can already feel your brain syncing up and recover. Good. All right. So we're going to pick the rope back up, and now we have the X cross for 30 seconds in 3, 2, 1, and go. So bringing one foot in front and one behind, trying to keep the hips square, elbows in tight, good posture. Gazing straight ahead. We have 10 seconds to go. And 3, 2, 1, and recover. And that brings us to our fourth and final movement, which is your curtsy lunge. And that's in 3, 2, 1, and go. So now we're stepping across, behind. And Shauna's got hands on hips. You could do that. You could have hands out wide.
It's very unwise for me to bend forward.
So she's staying vertical. She's staying straight. Under 10 seconds. And you have 3, 2, 1, and recover. Awesome, guys. So there's 4 movements crossing the midline to help you sync up left and right hemispheres of the brain. Crisscross, X-cross, contralateral reach,
I cross.
curtsy lunge. What's that?
I cross.
I cross. There you go. Give it a try. Let us know how you do. Feel free to give us a thumbs up. If you have any questions, jot them down below. We'll answer them as quickly as we can. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us.